In this video, we will show you the stencil technique. Let's create a new design and turn off all techniques except for stencil. Now anything that we design shall be cut as a stencil. Let's create a few shapes and lines. A star shape and an ellipse shape. Draw an open line and then a closed line. In order to create a closed shape, we need to connect the last point with the first point. Remember that since we have only the stencil technique enabled, all these shapes are created as stencil objects. Have in mind that the software automatically converts any open shape into a stencil line. Let's take a closer look at the line we created. As you can see, the software took the line we created, made it wider, and now it looks as a stencil line. You can easily adjust the stencil width through the object properties. All the other shapes we created were set to be stencil, but since they are closed shapes, the software thinks that we will cut them as they are, and that the created hole will be used for stenciling. This is okay, but what if you wanted to create a stencil outline of your shape? In this case, you can make the outline open and the software will create the stencil lines. In order to break out the outline, you need to use the node editing mode. In the node editing mode, you can completely change the original shape. You can also place the cursor at any point of the outline, and by right-clicking you can perform various operations such as add nodes, delete nodes, etc. Now from the available options, I choose to use the stencil bridge. My shape is broken and a stencil bridge is added. The shape is the same, but with the stencil bridge, the inside and the outside are connected, so I stencil the outline of the shape out. In reality, we need more stencil bridges, not just one, so that the material can hold itself into place. So let's add some more stencil bridges. There is something special about predefined shapes, such as the star, ellipse, etc. When editing the nodes of the star, you don't have the standard node editing options. All predefined shapes have nodes that perform special functions. For the star, you can rotate and change the ray size using these nodes. For the ellipse, dragging the node creates different variations. So to use a predefined shape as a normal shape, you need to convert it to curves. Using this option, the predefined star shape is changed into a general shape that has the same shape and size as the previous one. But it no longer has the special ways to customize and edit the star shape. So if you modify a node, it does not change the ray size anymore. Now you can add stencil bridges so that this stencil object can be held together. As soon as you are happy with the stencil that you have created, you can export it to the cutter. Connect to the cutter and have the design part cut out while handling the cutter through this dialog. You can easily select an origin point. You can move the cutter head to the desired position and start the cutting operation after you've put the cutting material in place.